What's up, guys? Tastosis is back here at GOMTV.net, bringing you the best possible action here at Season 2 of the StarLeague.
Indeed, we are, Tasteless. We are in our final game of the night. Will another Zerg advance, or will a Zerg beat him in advance?
Well, it's Symbol against Curious. This should be a really even match.
Well, according to the pattern, Tasteless, Curious has got this, being on the right-hand side. And if I know anything about probabilities, he's a sure winner here.
Wow. The map is going to be Whirlwind. This is a freaking huge map.
It is.
It's a big map, man.
All right, what are the possibilities that we see a 10-pool Bane from one of these players?
Actually, it's possible on this map.
I think it's pretty possible.
Because the map's so big, it's not probably the best build to use.
You can just get lucky.
Some people get greedy because the map is so big, and they don't defend against a rush, and suddenly this rush, which you probably shouldn't do on this map, works because and it's like a tactical wheel kind of thing. But yeah,
very much so.
Well, we'll see. We have Curious in the game. We're still waiting for his opponent, Symbol.
Yeah. And as soon as he gets in there, I hope that we do get this start. I really want to see who goes up. You know, Curious, he's someone that, like, almost every single season falls down, then works his way back up. He's, like, known for this.
Yeah.
He gets reasonably deep a lot. Just recently been getting much deeper. But Symbol, it doesn't feel like a top 8 without him.
No.
Like, wait, this is a top 8? Where's Symbol? This is not a top 8. Like, what is this, a bottom 8?
Well, we're still waiting. Looks like, okay, now he just joined the game. So hopefully we'll get this production. We're piggybacked on GameNet's production. So we have to wait for him to start the game, basically. So we know when we get in there, we'll be ready. But
yeah, we're piggybacked without a saddle.
Well said.
There's no bit in their mouth.
So, ZVZ here, who wins, in your opinion?
Symbol, but it's best of one. And, like, Curious can win. He's the full package. He can do anything. You can never count him out. So he can win, but look, I have to go with Symbol. The results back it up. I would feel terrible for him after so many high finishes. And
I want to see Symbol win a
literally,
tournament, man.
His first season in Codes, we're like, this guy, maybe not this season, but this guy will win a Codes, and probably
this
season.
for a while.
Yeah, and
he
keeps getting so close.
He's the tragic hero of Starcraft 2.
Well, we have enough heroes already, Tasteless, and they're all Protoss. Don't do this to me, Symbol. Just win.
All right, it looks like it's almost time to get this on. That killer death glare from Curious. He's ready to get into this game. Meanwhile, over here, Symbol, eager to become a champion of the Korean Starcraft League, such as GSL Kodes or the StarLeague. The map is now loading. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. We're in Seoul, Korea, where the best esports players in the world reside to compete over the greatest game ever made, StarCraft 2, at the one and only GOMTV.net. I finally did it, Artosis.
You did really good.
That was good.
I'm like actually super proud of you.
In the bottom right starting location, we have our legendary Zerg player. He is
Master Starcraft Curious.
Tasteless, if I could take that outro you did into the game and put it on my fridge with a magnet, I would.
Oh, wow. Along with the macaroni plates I made for you. All right, here in the bottom left, in the blue, eager to win anything right now, he is
Master Azubu Symbol.
No, actually...
What is that stuff that kindergartners make where they have the paper plate and they glue the macaroni?
It's macaroni art.
All right.
I throw those out, though. Those are creepy. I don't know why you keep giving me those.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd like them.
I don't.
I worked really hard.
I don't. It's really weird, actually.
You like throw it out, I'm like, I worked 5 hours on that plate. You're like, how could you work 5 hours on anything that's macaroni art related, Nick?
That's so funny. Macaroni art is just funny. And then, like, the next day, you bring me a hand turkey, and I'm like, see, now this is art, and I put it up on my fridge.
There you go.
I can appreciate a good hand turkey taste.
So funny when you do
a good gobble gobble.
You're in, like, kindergarten, you make the macaroni art for your mom. She's, like, so excited that you made this piece of crap.
Yeah. Well, I understand that now. Having a child taste, anything she makes, I have on the fridge.
You just love.
When she, like, colors a piece of paper with scribbles, I'm like, oh, my God.
Did you ever read Maddox?
Yeah, I used to all the time.
I don't know if he still posts stuff anymore.
He just restarted like a year ago or something, but I haven't read anything.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
It can't be the same.
The bit he does about critiquing kids' artwork.
Oh,
it's like the funniest thing I've ever read. Like,
it's really good.
All right. So we have both players going for a quick expand here.
Yeah, hatch first is exactly lined up builds as you can see. So, you know, a 10 pool bane could have been a powerful build, but yeah, it's fine. We'll have to see if one of these players turns aggressive soon. Just watch the production tab, guys.
Sit tight, guys. Yeah, ZVZ pretty much just watch the production tab for the early game till eventually we know, you know, what they have in store for us.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that was some funny stuff. What was the name of that other thing forever ago before Maddox? Way back.
RealUltimatePower.com.
No, not that. No, no.
That site's funny too.
Well, it was funny when I was 12, but
it's still funny. Maybe you should go back.
Maybe it's funny again, but there was definitely a period where it was.
Well, you just got too cool for Artosis.
I got way too cool.
I knew him. I thought it was funny, but then I thought it wasn't that funny anymore. I got too cool for it.
I'm like, I'm over this.
Artosis is like WWE wrestling is fake, you losers. Like, everybody knows that, Artosis.
Yes. I figured it out.
I figured it out. That's not how real people fight.
But no, what was his name? Like Jeffy? He was like, he made the funniest little comics on Something Awful.
Oh, I don't know. All right, Symbol is your actual. Oh, we got new. We'll never know what you're going to say.
Tweet GOMTV. One new tweet. Well, my heart would break. Well,
all right.
We try. This is new to us. We're going to get better at it. A million pieces.
All right, we got some Symbol support here.
Fighting. Well, now, I mean, this is undue pressure for Symbol. This poor fan is going to die if he loses. I mean, Symbol's already going to be upset, but...
When Symbol walks out of the booth, if he's lost, somebody looks at him and goes, "Murder!" He's like, "Oh my God, this is a bad day."
Yeah. All right, we have the Baneling Nest for Curious, and he's making a few lings. Let's see if he makes more than that. It's just a little tiny handful of lings. Nope, drones. Okay. Still nothing special. The Baneling Nest obviously makes Curious a little bit more safe, but it's gas that he's spending. That right now Symbol is not. Symbol's getting, instead a Spine Crawler.
Yep.
So he's going to be a little bit better off on gas in some ways because, well, the thing is he's done his very mineral-heavy build.
Yes.
So it's not like he's really saving gas, but you know what I mean.
Oh, we're like the perfect marriage. A great combination, but without the fights.
Oh, you don't
know
what
there
happens
wouldn't be fights if our toast didn't leave his dirty socks in the floor.
Like, Tasus, you just don't appreciate all I do for you. I work all day long. Can't you pick up the socks? Is it that big a deal? We don't even have dinner parties
anymore. Why do you leave
anymore.
the towel on the bathroom floor?
Why do you leave the toilet seat up? No, it's why do you leave the toilet seat down? We're both men.
Oh my God, that's so
I like
funny.
to relax while I pee. Okay, so a lot of links
I like
on the
to
way.
sound when I pee like I'm in jail. You know what? All right, so he's going to wall in over here. I really like that.
Yeah.
Nice and tight. Not going to be able to get in there.
And Symbol, of course, you know, every time he goes for this mineral-heavy type of play, he does go into roaches. So that's very normal. But we have just a metric ton of Zerglings being created right now. This is a lot. And he's going to run in different directions, try to conceal the numbers as best he can, but it's not really going to do much. It also
he should know.
It's to sweep for anything that might be over here as well.
Yeah, counter or even just a ling there, a spotter ling.
Okay, this is a lot of Banes. Curious is going all in. He has got to do a lot of damage here. Win the game or, like, damage Symbol very badly. Now look at this. Extra layers of wall. That is a lot of extra layers of wall and a lot of roach on the way, Tasis. I think Symbol's going to be able to do it.
Symbol might be in trouble!
Wow, that's a lot of damage, and that is still a lot of Banelings.
Oh my God!
Whoa, Curious.
He's going to pin him down. And boom. That was incredible.
That was incredible. But hold on, he's got the roaches. Can he actually fend this off? The thing is, there's more and more lings coming, so he's going to surround the roaches.
He actually almost killed the roach war in there. It's almost too bad he didn't.
That is true. Well, with more lings coming, he can actually come down and flank, and it looks like that's what he wants to do. He needs to surround these roaches and kill them off.
This is bad for Symbol.
This is bad for Symbol's fan. You know, he's got a lot of roaches, though.
I think he can hold. I think he holds, actually.
It's pretty close. Okay, now we have to back up and see if Curious did enough damage. He's actually up in drones, 36 to 31.
There'd actually be a good counterattack here from Symbol once those roach upgrades finish.
Well, that's, Curious actually has 1-1 on the way, whereas Symbol only has +1 because he lost his Evos. But he does have Roach speed on the way.
Oh, that's a very good point, yeah.
Right now we need to see Curious making a lot of units. He can't be droning. He's droning right now, but the thing is, Symbol is going to move out with a ridiculous amount of units. Curious making a few more drones, but as I said, he was already winning in the drone war. This is actually the fatal mistake of Curious, because he was already up by 5 drones, and now he's going to be up. He's up by 16. And if he had 11 more larva worth of units, I would feel a lot better about his position in this game. That's for sure.
All right, the counterattack has begun. These roaches are good against both. And when you get enough roaches in big numbers, they're good against lings and banelings.
Yeah, he needs to surround here now. He wants to go behind. Some nice juking and jiving.
Oh,
he needs to surround, and okay, the banelings do an okay connection
there. He
needs
needs to move those injured roaches in the back, but I guess he's not going to. Nice snipe there on the Queen. Drone's now coming out. Banelings now going to have to back up here.
Well, let's see. What can Symbol do here? He's kiting back very, very well. The drones all have to fight right now, but we have a lot more roaches on the way for Curious as well. And once that 1-1 finishes, that's definitely going to help.
Yeah. All right, the roaches continuing to come in here now. Curious on the ropes. Can he hang on?
He's hanging on for the time being, but right now Symbol is rallying a lot more across. It's 1-1 against 0-0 roaches just for a moment at least, and that's giving Curious a big upper hand in this battle. That +1 range attack just now finishing for Symbol.
All right, as you can see here, just the right amount of time there for Curious to pull through with an advantage. Supplies virtually even right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that
what a
1-1
hold.
makes a big difference.
What a hold. And, he
What's funny is you would have thought that actually that Evo Chamber being killed in that initial attack would have been something that would allow him to come back later on like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so now Curious, with one additional upgrade, is getting his roach speed. That's very important. He can't move out in the map with roaches until roach speed. So he's kind of stuck in there. They actually have equal drones at this point. This is a crazy back and forth game, Tasteless.
It really is.
I got to say, Curious, I think, if he hadn't made all those drones, which he then promptly lost because he had to use them in the battle, he would have had enough units to hold that a lot quicker, maybe lost a little bit less, and then had a really strong timing approaching. But as is, I don't know if there's actually going to be any window for him to move out and press any advantage, because I don't think there really is one.
Yeah, got to agree. All right. Well, the game is kind of normalizing here. We do see a lot more roaches being pumped out here on both sides. Kind of a roach arms race here. And we'll have to see. I think we're going to have to see who goes for the third base first, and if that base does get attacked, if it's taken out.
Well, Curious definitely going to go for a third, I would say.
Yep,
I think, in fact,
going right now.
Both of them have to, because the thing is, first off, it's probably pretty hard for them to figure out exactly where they're at in relation to each other. But, I mean, I think they can both kind of tell it's even enough that an attack would be foolhardy.
Yes. Looks like this changeling is going to get in here. Symbol none the wiser right now. Finally does take that out, but he did see how many roaches there are.
Well, 2-2 on the way against 2-1, so that's going to help too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when we get to this phase of the game, it's a big position war with the roaches.
Yeah.
And oftentimes what you'll do is if they're both maxed out, you send out 3 or 4 roaches, 2 or 3 little squads of 3 or 4 roaches to different parts of the map, to hit different expansions, in the hopes that their big roach army, their big roach ball, will get put out of position.
Yeah.
And that's when your big roach ball moves in and usually wins, because positioning is so important in mass roach versus roach. It's crazy, since they don't have a ton of range, but they are ranged.
It's quite true. And, at the numbers of roaches are getting to, we're going to actually see the Hydroless dens coming down pretty soon. It's just smart to mix them in. They actually have more damage output, and they cost the same supply. So as those third bases get up, they're going to have economies that can allow them to mix in those Hydras as well, which will also, of course, give them kind of a surface area advantage because they have more range.
Yep. Roach is now backing up. And, I don't know if Curious wants to even push this issue right now. He should probably just stay and defend.
I think this is more posturing than a push. Maybe just poking out and saying, well, you better still be making enough roaches.
Yeah, okay,
the thing is,
all right.
If Symbol suddenly completely drones his third before his opponent, then, that's an advantage.
Absolutely. The Hydra Den is on the way right now, and it has been spotted by this changeling.
And he instantly threw down his Hydra Den as he spotted that. So.
Yes.
They're really quite neck and neck. One thing that does exist is that additional +1 on the armor for Curious. He's going to have that +2 against the +1.
That might actually just win Curious the game here.
Yeah,
it's certainly possible.
Especially when you mix Hydras in because they shoot so quickly. That the armor is so valuable against them.
All right. Looks like the roaches now here from Symbol are moving out. Will Curious be prepared? Curious's roaches now coming down from the top, sniping the spine crawler and then backing up.
Nice little snipe there by somebody. Tried, but Curious definitely had enough when he brought the rest of his units down. 11 Hydras and 8 Hydras. Okay, so I mean this is very mirrored. And where do they go from here? I mean, this map is so big. Do you go Swarm Host here?
I say no. I don't think you do because you can just go around the Swarm Host.
You can. You can.
If some nerd is going Swarm Host against me in this situation, I make a Nidus network, Nidus their base, attack their stuff. If the Swarm Host comes back, I just go back to the Nidus and defend.
Okay. Well, we do have the Infestation Pit on the way, of course. You think Broodlords might be a better choice? You think Ultras? What are you thinking?
Maybe Ultras, not Broodlords. They're too slow on this map.
I could definitely see Infestors popping out. You know, this game is starting to look like it's going to be a long one, so getting Infestors a bit earlier, get that energy going.
Yeah, that could be totally doable.
Wouldn't mind to see that. I'm a little bit more nervous for Symbol not getting any more tech. In fact, he is going to go for Swarm Host, so that would be cool to see. But Symbol is playing very Symbol-esque by not getting more tech right away. He really likes to stay at a lower tech longer to really get himself going. But hold on.
This angle is not good, but remember, Curious does have the upgrade advantage now pushing through here. Will the concave win or will the upgrades win? We're going to find out now.
Well, a lot of his roaches in the back not firing right now, but he does move them forward so that they can begin to. He's got to be careful. That front row of roaches doing a good job. But oh my god, his third base is under attack. He's got to make sure not to lose that.
Wow, a pretty even exchange there. Does he get the hatch? No.
Looks like he will save that.
No. Okay, I thought the hatch was actually lower. I got way too excited for that. Sorry.
I was wondering. I'm like,
chill out, Taste. Is the hatcheries in the orange. All right. Well, Symbol's now chasing his opponent back.
Well, this is the thing about the tech path that Symbol chose as opposed to Curious. Curious is putting all this money into different upgrades and different tech routes, whereas Symbol's saying, no, I'm just going to remax and attack right into you, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's got a big supply advantage, and he's breaking the back of Curious's army.
Look at Curious's supply right now, 101 to 155. This is not looking good right now for Curious.
Yeah, you know, I think this was a really weird decision for him to actually do that attack into a huge concave.
Into a huge concave.
When they're both maxed out, and he's trying to switch tech into a unit that needs a lot of support units.
Yep.
It's kind of a weird call, in my opinion.
Kind of a big mistake there. Oh, Swarm Host spotted. All right. Now he's continuing to push forward. The third base will perish here.
Yeah, this is...
Along with Curious's economy.
Yeah, Curious is looking like he's dead. I'm trying to figure out a way for him to come back here, but these locusts don't even matter because the supply differential's so high.
Yeah, that's it. GG.
And that's it.
Curious is out, and Symbol moves on.
Well, look, the universe is fair, Tasteless. Okay, we've had basically the best players advancing. It's good to see.
Yeah. Symbol moves on. Will this be his tournament? He dodged the bullet that time, but history does repeat itself. We'll see if he can actually change this.
Yes.
I didn't quite package that very well, but...
I'm like, which history? Him advancing or
that's
him getting far but not winning?
Changing subject. Symbol moves on. With really nice play. You know what? I really got to be critical of Curious. That attack into that concave, and that wasn't just any concave where I'm like, well, this one... The shape of this battle slightly favors this side. He was like surrounded by 80%, you know?
Yeah, you know, that I understand wanting to free up supply. I can't imagine he thought that he actually should have killed that battle. Like,
I know. I'm like, okay, you have the upgrades.
He did well considering what he moved into. And like there were spines morphing. I feel like he should have just brought his army up, postured, and then sent some units around to the third.
Yeah,
and then
to kill
if
some
the
drones
units come,
to kill
run home, and basically that'll help him bleed off units to get out the Swarm Host.
The move that he did was just too dramatic for a supply free, you know? But we're going to go to the interview right now and see how Symbol feels after his victory.
Mirror matchups, right, Doa?
Oh yeah.
되게 허무하게 좀
Gotta love it.
I love CBC.
그래서 좀 어려운 면도 있는데 제가 좀 그런 면에서 저 스스로 좀 많이 좀 반성을 많이 했는데 오늘도 준비를 좀 많이 했는데 그게 제가 좀 실수를 많이 해서 부스가 좀 제가 적응을 잘 못한 것 같아요.
Symbol,
좀 잡생각도 많이 하고 그래서 게임에 100% 집중을 못했고.
Symbol admitting that.
Awkward. All right.
Oh boy.
I guess I don't know if we're going to get the rest of that interview, but we will. I don't know. Well, sit tight, guys. I don't know if we're going to get that again. Looks like that ad came up.
I don't know.
Blame
Sorry.
Internet Explorer. So, I'm sure, I can't read minds, but I'm sure Symbol probably very happy, really eager to win this StarLeague. We'll see how far he actually gets.
I think he's going to end up getting pretty far. I mean, that's just what he does. He's so solid, even in the best of ones.
All right, we're going to go back to the interview.
What am I doing? Like, what's going on? And then Symbol is like, I know it's an excuse, but after my first game when I was taking care of my gear, I actually kind of hurt my back, and so that's been bothering me too. And it might be an excuse, but it definitely would bother you if you suddenly hurt it on during a tournament. Then
Old man Symbol.
본인이 사실 조정호 선수를 선발했습니다. 그런 상황이기 때문에 자기가 선택한 선수한테 패배당했다는 것은 정신적으로 더 안 좋을 수도 있거든요. 그거는 어땠는지도 궁금하네요.
일단 제가 이번에 뽑은 게 좀 토스전을 일부러 찍어서 제 연습을 많이 해서 좀 극복을 해보려고 그렇게 좀 자충수를 뒀는데 무리수가 됐던 것 같아요.
And Symbol says, he knows he intentionally chose to play against the trap first today, but perhaps the overconfidence got to him. He was too confident going up against Toss and especially specific players, and so he thinks he was a little bit too complacent in preparing for that game.
그 타이밍 때 원래 프로브가 나와 있나 안 나와 있나 제가 정찰을 많이 해야 되는데 화면 부대 지정이 신경을 쓰이니까 그거 다 놓쳐버려서.
그림이 지금 역시 적은 저가 됩니다.
아니 제가 너무 핑계만 대는 것 같아요.
And again says he basically during his scout he actually didn't watch his screen very well, so he missed a lot of things.
이상한 얘기를
And then Symbol's like, I think I'm just a bag full of excuses tonight. Sorry. But I mean, explaining what went through his head and at least admitting his flaws. It happens to everyone.
자유날개 때 저그전은 제가 감을 좀 많이 못 찾은 상태였었는데 이제 막바지로 오면서 좀 저그전에 대해서 좀 개념이 생겼었어요. 그래서 이제 좀 잘 되나 싶었는데 분단의 심장으로 넘어오면서 이제 좀 새로운 일도 생기고 해서 어떻게 해야 되는지 약간 좀 이해가 좀 남들보다 좀 높아서.
Symbol says during Wings of Liberty, he definitely struggled with the Zerg mirror matchup for a long time until the very end. But then, of course, with Heart of the Swarm coming out, he thinks because of that progression towards the end of Wings of Liberty, he perhaps adapted a little bit quicker than some of the other players because he was already so focused on studying that specific matchup. So he felt pretty confident with the entrance of Heart of the Swarm when it comes to Zerg versus Zerg.
He was one of the best at the end of Wings of Liberty, no doubt.
100% 다 준비된 거라서 보면서도 일단은 저글링 러시 같은 거 대비해서 제가 샘플을 지은 거고 저는 이제 저글링 러시를 할 생각이 없었기 때문에 본인의 드론만 찍을 생각이어서 가시적소를 박았었어요.
And Symbol says he had for the last game he had no intention of pulling any sort of rush, especially a Zerglings, but he did want to prepare against it. He just wanted to drone and just wanted to keep macroing, so he built just a couple of spine cars and just didn't think about any sort of aggression for the beginning of the game and just made sure he was safe.
시즌 파이널에서도 솔직히 좀 실망스러운 경기를 보여줬었고 좀 이제 거치게 표현하자면 건방진 선수 지금 지난 시즌 16강 나의 재물이 승자전으로 올라가 있어요. 이 상황에서 이제 이번 시즌에 임하는 강동현 선수의 뭔가 폼으로 지금 보여준 단계거든요.
And Symbol last season had to put it bluntly,
그런 거 신경 안 썼고 윤수가 뭐 열심히 노력해서
was kind of seen as this
네.
perhaps a bit arrogant
최근에 많이 부진했던 건 사실
player in terms of his preparation and such.
그런 부분 제가 노력해서 보완할 거고 이번 시즌에는 좀 어떻게
And,
될지 모르겠지만
I think with that smile, we know
테란들이 많이 안 붙어서
he admits that he was a little bit like that last season, but he agrees that he needs to be a lot more kind of, I guess, calm and gathered. Perhaps in a way a little bit more mature in his preparation, and he thinks he's very confident against Terrence, but he's a little bit sad that he didn't have many chances yet. But hopefully in the future he hopes to meet many more Terrence because he wants to play that matchup.
강동현 선수와 같은 조에 속하면 항상 죽음의 조가 되는 경우가 많았거든요. 이번에는 어떨까요?
제가 좀 원래 좀 패기를 좋아해서 예전에 신인 시절에 막 찍었어요. 그냥 생각 없이. 근데
네.
이번 시즌에는 좀 쉽게 가려고 했는데 생각이 바뀌어서 좀 스스로 좀 어려운 조에 들어가야 열심히 할 것 같아요. 저도 그래서 불지옥적인 것 같아요.
네.
아예
And Symbol says last season he's always a fan of just kind of being like overconfident. So he, in terms of like choosing opponents or even considering them, he just kind of did it nonchalantly, like I'll just like play whoever. But now while he wants to still play against tough opponents, he thinks now it's because that will give him the drive to actually try harder rather than trying to find an easy way out. And so that's his view on future matchups. And Symbol hopes that he doesn't meet many Protosses in the future because that is his weakest matchup. And he's not very confident in that. And he's already mentioned that Terran is his strongest. So
만약에 걸리면은 그냥 그런 생각 안 하고 열심히 준비해서 좀 부끄럽지 않은 경기했으면 좋겠어요.
네, 지금 끝으로 지금까지는.
And they're like, so you're confident about Terrence, so like innovation? And he's like, I mean, I don't want to think about specifics. I just want to prepare. I just want to prepare steadily.
No one likes to think about playing against innovation right now.
I don't think so. Yeah.
안 좋고 경기력도 안 좋았는데 오늘도
Frightening
좀
prospect.
지면서
Absolutely.
좀 내가 많이 무너졌나 이런 생각 많이 했는데
And,
올라왔으니까 더 열심히 해서
closing words from Symbol. He says he was actually kind of down and out after his first game today, but he's regathered his confidence, so hopefully his fans will continue to support him, and he hopes to show some better games in round of 16. That's it for Chobert with the translations. Back to you guys.
Man, that was a serious sick match. Nice interview too.
Yes.
Well, let's go and just take a look at the match results in case you just now are joining us and missed all the games. At least you know who moved on. Yes, Sumaru, Trap, and Symbol.
All right. Good set of players moving on. Finally got a Protoss. Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Hope you guys did enjoy tonight.
Trap.
Yay.
Yay.
Next Tuesday, guys, make sure you tune in. Group E, Kongho, a.k.a. Lucira, Jongbi, Life, and Fantasy. And then, of course, Group F, Roro, First, Leenock, and Hiva.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Same time, same place. Guys, feel free to come down to our studio in the Gangnam area at Samsung Station.
Yeah.
It's exit 1, right?
Exit 1.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make
Just
sure it's
walk
the right
straight.
thing. And come down and check it out. You can see us here. We're on the main stage casting. Also, check out other events here at GOMTV.net.
At GSTL, we have up on the screen for you right there. Yeah. So I think that's just about it from us.
Yep.
Make sure you check us out on Twitter. Martosis, he's Call Me Tasis. Of course, GOMTV. And right now, you need to go ahead and switch over to the Home Story Cup.
Yeah,
it's going on
definitely
right now.
check that out.
In case you're not already watching it, just check out. It's like twitch.tv/TakeTV.
Watch the other most
Great
watched thing on
tournament.
StarCraft right now.
Yeah.
So that does it for us. Again, join us Tuesday. Thank you so much. We love you. Good night.
Many broken faces pointed straight to the ground. A brand new beat imposter that is built by the way